Hoy en tu música hoy está Vance con nosotros. How are you, Vance?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay. What is expectations do you have for the Argentinian? You know.
Yeah, I was here for Lollapalooza last year, and that was wonderful. And the crowd was so passionate and excited and lively.
Yep.
And this time we're headlining our own show, so I hope that. Well, it's nice to be here finally because I play our own show for people who live in Argentina and Buenos Aires who are fans of our music. So excited to meet these people because I guess they've never had a chance to see us. And so that's I guess, excited to see the crowd, but also I'm just excited to be in this. It's a beautiful city and I have a day off. So after this, I'm gonna go for a walk around and get some nice food and maybe see some things.
Everything is fine when your head.
How did your career music start?
It started when I was, I think properly, it started in 2012 and I had written a few songs and I wanted to get good quality recordings of the songs.
Yeah.
And so I saved up some money and I went to a studio for a day and recorded my song Riptide. And after a full day in the studio, I left with a USB stick with the song on it and I put it on SoundCloud and on Facebook, and about 2 weeks later I met my manager. We have kind of a mutual friend, and he heard it on Facebook and he called me up and he said, have you got other songs and do you want to do music more seriously? And I said, yeah,
sure.
I do. I was like, yeah, cool. I did, but also I never thought that he would call. So that was how it started, and then from then slowly we kind of worked out how to go about making a career.
How was it like to you to give up the law school and turn to music?
It wasn't very difficult for me. The difficult part was actually getting through my law degree, and I finished it, but I never did the training to become a lawyer.
Okay.
And I spent about 3 weeks at a family law firm, and I was good at getting juices for people, and I would do the coffee run. And but actually, when it came to working, I wasn't particularly good, or I didn't even know anything. But as you're not expected to know too much at the start anyway. But I didn't find it very enjoyable, or it didn't make me excited. So it was easy for me to follow my passion in music, and I just gave myself 1 year to follow that, and without any expectations, and luckily it has kept going.
Oh, Saturday sun, I met someone.
How was it like to open the show of Taylor Swift? Sorry.
Yeah, that was one of the greatest experiences. I was very flattered that she invited me on tour, and she was very generous, and we got to play, I think, 70 shows opening up for her.
Really?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Much?
So many shows, and her show was brilliant, and I saw all of America and parts of Europe, and got to play in Australia, and play to over 1 million people, I think, over the year. So it was a very special time, and yeah, it was a highlight, and it's hard to beat that, and I just thank her very much for that.
On the backstage, you're there with musicians of her or with her. You're here and I don't know, talk or do something like that.
Yeah, there was a few times when I would get to talk to her, and she's just a very lovely person. And at the end of the Australian show, we played in Melbourne, and it was the last show of the whole tour. And she gave me a very lovely shout out to the crowd, and she said, hometown boy, Vance Joy, da-da-da. And then after the show, she asked if my parents would like to meet her. So myself and my parents came and said hello to her, and I thought that was very kind of her to say hello to my parents.
And still the memories right there. She put the breeze in my head.
How would you define your studio album?
Yeah, how would I define it? I think I would say that it's intimate, like my first album. I think there's some more. I hope that it's powerful, emotionally powerful. So that's what I hope. That's the intention, to make songs that have emotional power and that connect with people.
So, we have here the sign.
That's my signature, and this is the artwork. And I actually I sketched the artwork, which is probably why it's so simple. But yeah, that was we made a few attempts to make artwork, and that was probably that felt like the best fit for the idea of nation of two, two people connected. So
It was always me and you.
What are your next plans for the future?
yeah, I think I've got about 19 more shows on this tour.
Really?
So South America, Latin America, and then also Europe. And then I'm going to take some time off to just relax and go to the beach.
Writing some songs.
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, try and write some songs and just be free and relaxed and maybe settled for a while.